the lost empire Tartaria, a civilization erased from time. In the dusty corners of forgotten maps and the cryptic passages of old encyclopedias, there lingers a faint shadow of a vast empire once said to stretch across Asia and into Europe. Tartaria, a name that echoes like a ghost through time. It sparks curiosity, skepticism, and a deep question. Was there truly an advanced civilization that has been wiped from the pages of history? The story begins in the 16th to 18th centuries, a time when European cartographers were diligently charting the unknown world. On their maps, some of which survive to this day, one can clearly see the massive territory labeled as Tartaria, sprawling across what is now Russia, Mongolia, parts of China, Central Asia, and even reaching into Eastern Europe. It was divided into Greater Tartary, Independent Tartary, Chinese Tartary, and other regions. But strangely, very little was written about its people, culture, or history. How could an empire of such size be so absent from mainstream historical records? Some believe that Tartaria was inhabited by fierce nomadic tribes, descendants of the Mongols, perhaps. Others described it as a loose federation of city-states and independent kingdoms. But then came the strange part. Many 19th century encyclopedias, such as the Britannica editions from the 1700s, listed Tartaria as an actual, legitimate region with its own structure. And yet, by the 20th century, it had all but vanished. Textbooks stopped mentioning it. Historical references faded. The term Tartary became synonymous with mythical or fictional lands, like Atlantis. This disappearance gave rise to one of the most controversial historical theories of our time, the Tartarian Reset hypothesis. According to proponents of this theory, Tartaria was not just real, it was an incredibly advanced civilization, possibly even more technologically sophisticated than many societies today. Its architecture was magnificent, its energy systems far beyond simple coal and steam, and its cities were designed with perfect geometry and mathematical precision. Supporters point to the massive, ornate buildings from the 1800s that appear all over the world, from the palaces in St. Petersburg to the World's Fairs in Chicago, Paris, and San Francisco. These structures, with their enormous domes, intricate facades, and colossal pillars, seem out of place for the technology and tools supposedly available at the time. Some even suggest they were not built by modern hands, but repurposed or rebranded structures that belonged to Tartaria. Then there's a strange phenomenon of mudfloods. In cities across Europe, Asia, and the Americas, old buildings appear to have entire floors buried underground, doors and windows below current street levels, hinting at a catastrophic event that may have reset civilization. Was there a global flood of mud that wiped out Tartaria? Was it natural or engineered? Skeptics argue these are mere coincidences, architectural quirks, or misinterpretations of history. Yet the deeper you dig, the more questions arise. Why did so many old maps feature Tartaria, only for it to vanish completely by the 20th century? Why are there so few historical records about a region supposedly so vast? Why did major historical powers at the time, like the Romanovs, Qing dynasty, and Ottoman Empire, seem to omit or downplay any connection to it? And perhaps most disturbing, was Tartaria deliberately erased? Some theorists propose a chilling possibility that during the Industrial Revolution and the rise of centralized education systems, a global effort was made to rewrite history. Books were rewritten, maps redrawn, and the memory of Tartaria wiped clean. Whether to hide advanced ancient technology, control historical narratives, or suppress knowledge of an alternative human timeline, we may never know. Today, the legacy of Tartaria survives not in textbooks, but in whispers, YouTube channels, online forums, and curious minds asking forbidden questions. Is it all just a myth spun from misunderstood clues and coincidental architecture? Or did a once great empire truly fall? Not by war or decay, but by deliberate historical amnesia? The answer, perhaps, lies beneath our feet, behind sealed archives, or in the ruins of forgotten cities, waiting for those bold enough to seek the truth.